What's up, happy holidays to everybody. Make sure you enjoy your holidays, family getting together. Hey, bring the people that you haven't talked to. You know, some of the things that we might be going throughout the year. Hey, use this, not just a holiday, but just this time of the season to bring things together, bring things to the head. Let's do that for this holiday. But happy holidays to everybody. Enjoy yourself. Drive safe. Dress warm. I'm supporting. I want to talk about Icon 10's holiday celebration. The holiday celebration that started from years ago when I seen that children during the holidays didn't always have. Not what they wanted, but some kids just don't get nothing for the holidays. And because I'm in the community and I have family and I know people that have family, I've seen these things. Not only that, I reflected when I was a child. My mother and my father was incarcerated. As a child, my great-grandmother raised. And one of the reasons that this means so much to me, because on those holidays, I did think about my father and my mother a lot. Even though I would just keep moving around so I wouldn't, because if I sit still, I would think about it. Even though my mother wasn't in my life, and she had never been in my life, these times were so crucial because I seen my friends with their mothers and fathers and families. And all I had was a great-grandmother. I mean, that was great. But the fact that I was abandoned as a child. And so people would ask why I do what I do, because I want to do more. I don't have what it takes. But I know as a child, when somebody brought me something and told me it was from my father, or somebody would come over from my mother and give me some money, that meant a lot to me. And it'll mean a lot to the person that's locked up. My mother and my father felt good that somebody did something for me, and they felt because they were away that didn't negate the fact that they were my mother and I was my father. So in this time of season, I think about me not having no mother and no father, and wishing that something or somebody would come and just show that they know my mother and father. I didn't even know my mother and father as a child. I didn't even know them. I knew my father somewhere and I'm visiting, but my mother I didn't know at all. But can you imagine not knowing your mother? I didn't know my mother for a long time, you know? And so when I think about it, and I did time too. I was in prison. And being in prison, I could tell you, to be away from your family, to watch men and women at that time that had children at young ages, it was very traumatic on them during their time. I knew guys that they would catch a fit, they would go through it. Some of them would have mental breaks, and they'd go to the hole, and some of them would do things and catch cases in prison. Stab somebody, hurt somebody real bad, hurt an officer. All because their mother, father was locked up, or something happened to their children and they didn't have that bond with their children. Do you know what it feels like to be locked away and have children? Well, I don't, but I know many men that I lived among that suffer traumatically because of their children on that day. I know a lot of men in prison that would not come out this real on the holidays because of the feeling of loneliness and sadness, because they're not there with their family. I know a lot of men that could not even call home to call their children. Can you imagine being locked away? And not only are you locked away, you can't even call your children. Nobody will even accept your call. Just imagine the impact that it have on the children because I was that child. I'm not just talking. Everything that I do is an indicative of what I suffer or what I've been through. It's not a game because my suffering was real. I just want people to know that I look good, but my suffering was real. I talk good, but I want people to know my suffering was real. My platform is just about that. That we got to do better when we punish our own. We have to look at punishment a little different because I shouldn't have did all that time in prison. And although I didn't have no children, I have children now. And if having children and feeling this way is any way feeling, and that if a person feels that way about their child and took away from society, I can just imagine the pain and the hurt that men and women go through when their children are left out here. An animal will respond that way. So what do you think? What do you think? I'm just saying. We are, yes, Icon 10 is about changing culture. I mean, I really believe that the culture needs to be changed. You know, I want to see life in a whole different way. I don't like the way that I see life now. I don't like how we treat each other. I don't like how we support each other. I don't like the fact that we don't support each other. So it's just so many facets of this thing when it comes to our children and what it is we need to do for our children. I just want you to know that I was that child in real life. I didn't make this up. It's real. It's right here. And I did a lot of reforming on my own. Not to say that I should not have been incarcerated, but I can say that I used my time wisely while I suffered. And I can tell you, I had a lot of suffering. But I had this thing about myself that I wasn't going to be broke. I was broke mentally, but physically I made sure that I stood tall. And so there's a lot of men and women right now in prison whose children are out here that need help. For real, I was that child. I would have never had to go to prison if I would have received help. True story. Nobody fault. But the way that I understand the research of mental health now, I realized I had a mental health issue. And I had a mental break at the time that I committed my crime. And a lot of men and women had mental breaks at that time. Not that they should be held accountable, but when do we hold ourselves accountable for what we do to make things better for our people and not depending on nobody else or no institution to do for us what we can do for ourselves? I'm asking you today to make a donation. Bring the gifts to the event on December 10th. You don't have to be there long. Just come and show your face. And every year I just want to be able to get more powerful, have more resources where we able to help families and children. And after that, to be able to have resources to help these children through the rest of the year. That's what I do. Everybody that know that that's what I do. And people say you don't ask. I'm asking for funding now. I need funding to do what I do. I do intrinsic work. I do intrinsic valuable work that needs no competition, no contrast. I'm not in competition. I collaborate and network with everybody that wants to collaborate and network. And one of the things I want the newcomers to know about this, and that is not a game when we're talking about families and children. in people's lives and saving lives. And woe unto you that don't do what you're supposed to do. Not material, it don't have to be monetary, but that's needed too. But your body could just come out on that day and show the support. I'm asking you to come out. Icon 10. Sus, I can overcome negativity. We all overcome it. How do we do that? By supporting engagements. That's community. That's inclusive. It may be different. You probably not heard of it before. But in these times, it's all about innovation, technology, data, real-time data. That we know exactly what it is we need to do at that time because of the data we have. And we must understand the logistics. And when you understand that, we know that children are in need. I'm just saying, do the math. Donate. Whatever you have, $25, whatever. I'm going to put the QR code up. Support Icon 10. Holiday celebration, December 10th. Look at the flyer. Come out that day, 12:30 to 3:30. Come out to support. Bring a gift. Bring yourself. Just to hear we had this 50-minute powerful speeches from community stakeholders. That's going to support our efforts. It's a building process. It takes time. We're going to get it done. It's levels to this.
Support Icon 10.
Let's get it done.
You can also
happy holiday.
Use the QR
Donate
code
today.
And
Donate
scan
to
for
Icon
your payment or your
Icon10.org. Follow, push Icon10.org. Go down to the donate button and push the donate and make the donation. Appreciate you. Happy holidays. For myself, the white founder, president of Icon 10, and Icon 10 itself. Us to you. Let's do it, y'all. Peace. Happy holidays.